Caitlin, you're about to be 5 games in to your season here. What's kind of been the toughest challenge for you on the court in terms of getting together with your teammates and playing together?
I think the biggest challenge has just been the fact that we've only had like 24 days together. I think that's presents a big challenge for our team, especially a really young team and an inexperienced team. So a team that's trying to find their chemistry and how they work together, I would say that's probably the biggest challenge for us. But I think as you've watched us over the course of the first 4 games, like from the first time we played Connecticut to this last time we played Connecticut at home, like there's been a huge difference in how we play and how we play together, and that's just within 4 games. So I think there's a lot of positives, a lot to build off of, but I would say that's probably the biggest challenge to us right now, having to go from, game, practice, game, and really those practice times you can't really do much because you're preparing for your next opponent.
Away from the game, has it been the whirlwind we all see for you? What's that been like the last 24 days?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously been a whirlwind. There, hasn't been much time to sit down and reflect on, the journey of the course of my college year and then coming right into here. So, it is what it is. I think just trying to soak in and enjoy every single moment. But yeah, it's definitely been a whirlwind. So just like one thing after the next, but at the same time, like I feel like, that's kind of almost better. Like you just kind of get thrown into the fire, and that's sometimes the best way to learn too.
How's the ankle?
Feels good. It's a little stiff, a little sore, but it's what you would expect when you turn it like that. But I feel like I'll definitely be ready to go and ready to play. And luckily, I've dealt with some ankle injuries before, so it's nothing out of really the ordinary.
Caitlin, talk about playing here in Seattle. Some of the greats like Sue Bird played here. Did you ever follow the Storm growing up at all?
Yeah, I followed the Storm quite a bit. My first WNBA game was the Lynx versus the Storm in Minnesota. And I've played in this gym before. I played here my junior year. We advanced to the Final Four out of this gym. So a lot of good memories here, a lot of good memories in Seattle throughout my college career. So I think, this city really supports women's basketball. So I'm excited to be here, excited to be playing. Obviously Serena is very pretty. They do a great job, great basketball town. So yeah, definitely excited.
You seem to like playing here that last time you were here.
Yeah, for sure. It wasn't too bad to me.
Yeah.
Wasn't too bad. So
Triple double on the regional final.
yeah, I think 40-point triple double. Yeah, maybe we get half of that and we'll be good tonight in a win. We got some good wins here too, so good vibes coming to this arena for sure.
Like, what do you remember from that weekend?
Yeah, well, I think that's kind of when the fandom of Iowa women's basketball really started, and you kind of started to see women's basketball really take off. Obviously, I had never been to Seattle in my life, and then coming here, we didn't really know what to expect. We didn't know how our fans would travel. We didn't know really much, but just to see the support of the women's basketball, whether it was us playing, whether it was other teams playing, I think that was the biggest thing when I came here and noticed that this arena was packed. There wasn't a seat that was open coming here. And I felt like that weekend was definitely a step forward for women's basketball. And then that just led to the Final Four, and everything kind of has just been on the up and up since really that moment.
The WNBA seems to be getting more and more popular, and there's going to be a packed house here tonight. How exciting is that for you to see?
Yeah, I think it's amazing. It's never something you take for granted, whether we've been on the road or whether we've been at home. The fans have been absolutely incredible. They've been loud. They've been into it. A lot of Fever fans when we're still on the road. I think when we went to New York for their home opener, that environment was one of the best I've ever played in. Their crowd was really, really good, and I expect the same thing here tonight. But I think our group is, it's not anything we've shied away from. It's you embrace it, look around and soak that in, and that's kind of what Coach Christie has said. Whether we had our home opener or we played on the road, just look at all these people here wanting to support and watch you. That's really cool.
Do you feel like an ambassador in that respect, or are you just playing ball? I mean, how do you?
I mean, sure. I mean, you could say I'm an ambassador and, helping grow our game, but I think that comes with how I play basketball and the way I carry myself. I don't think it's anything you set out to do. I think it's just come with, the way I've played the game, the way I've carried myself, how much fun I've had over the course of my college career, and then coming into the WNBA, I hope to continue to do that. So, I definitely, take that responsibility of, helping grow the game and show how amazing it is. But at the same time, it's because of, the play on the court and the fun on the court.
You mentioned the ankle issues you had in the past. Is there anything that you've learned along the way about the best way to deal with it and be able to bounce back quickly when those popped up previously?
Tape it up really tight and let the adrenaline work. It's usually the best thing to do, honestly. I'm not kidding.
Caitlin, looking at those first 4 games, I think everyone can see the strides and improvement this team is making. What do you think is the biggest take a stride from game 1 versus game 2 versus both New York and Connecticut? And then maybe what is that next biggest step this team is looking to improve on tonight?
I think just like the competitive energy that we played with in game 3 and 4, you definitely saw it change in game 3, but in game 4, like, I think there was just an attitude about us, like, you know, this is our home court, we expect to win. Like, it's not like we're just going up there and trying to stay in the fight. Like, we expect to win these games, and that's what you would expect of any competitive team. And I think just the energy that we played with, I think you can tell the ball isn't sticking as much on offense. Our defense is slowly getting better. But I think, you know, we got into the locker room after Connecticut and it felt like a game we could have easily won, and that was probably the most frustrating of the 4 games because we were right in it. But I think as we go through these games and we're right in these games and give ourselves a chance, that's what all you can ask for. There was many opportunities where, you know, we could have gone up by 6 or 8 when we had a 4-point lead. So I think just going back and cleaning up things such as, you know, transition defense, that's been a huge focus for us. Turnover, taking care of the ball a little bit better, you know, not giving up so many offensive rebounds. And the Storm do a really good job of offensive rebounding, so that's going to be a huge key tonight. So I think it's just, you know, little things. It's not like huge things, but once you can play hard and really compete, you can go back and focus on, you know, where we need to fix some schematical things, and that's a little easier to fix rather than, you know, how hard we're competing every single night.